Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Squarespace. My personal website, jaredpolin.com, is built using Squarespace, and I wouldn't use anything else if you're a photographer or a creative. It's simple, easy, affordable, and guess what? You still don't need to know coding. To get a 14-day free trial without a credit card, go to squarespace.com/FroKnowsPhoto, and if you decide that it's for you, use the code FroKnowsPhoto at checkout to get 10% off your first order. First up, Canon's created a marketing video to tell you why their RF lenses are better than everyone else. Hey Dan, could you roll the first 14 seconds, please?
RF lenses, born of Canon's pursuit of the ideal lens, represent new possibilities in photographic expression.
Wake up!
Oh, shit, sorry, I fell asleep. Now, if I was to remake those first 14 seconds, this is what it would sound like. RF lenses, born of Canon's pursuit of the ideal lenses, represents new possibilities of photographic expression. Screw you, Sony, and your tiny mounts. The video goes on to point out different innovations the RF lenses bring. One being that RF lenses are superior to conventional lenses in cutting back on aberrations caused by refraction, most notably at the edges of the frame. They go on to explain if the back focus distance between the rear element and sensor is too far, light entering the rear element will be condensed, which makes it harder to correct for aberration. The one way to counter that in the past was by making the front element and the entire lens much larger. With the large mount of the RF, wider lens elements can be placed closer to the sensor, thus reducing the need to bend the light like Beckham. Well, actually, bend the light like smaller diameter lens mounts do. Sony, do you think they mean Sony here? Because I do. The video goes on to say, these characteristics minimize aberrations and facilitate more effective lens arrangements, making possible higher image quality and high-spec performance in more compact designs. We've already started to see this with RF lenses on the market, because in my opinion, they are some of the sharpest and nicest lenses I've ever used. Now, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. As Canon points out a downside to short back focus. The shorter back focus can lead to more flaring and ghosting, and this is where the video gets kind of insane. Canon somehow shows you and makes you believe that their air sphere coating and sub-wavelength technologies can cut down on reflective light. It's pretty insane, just look at that video. The moral of the story, Canon is taking knocks at Sony, and not just Sony, but also the
Air-Mount Alliance.
Next up, if you like to drink and drone, you may not want to go to Japan. Did you hear that, Canada, you Molson Ice drinking John Lesage Airport drone flyers? Don't go to Japan.
You guys are dick!
Japan's parliament passed a law attempting to give the government more control over drones. The new law outlaws drunk droning, and if you're caught, it's punishable by up to a year in prison. The funny thing is, it doesn't say much about drugs.
It's too bad, man. I just stopped smoking yesterday.
So what, you can smoke weed, do coke, snort heroin? Do you even snort heroin? Is that a thing? As Nancy Reagan once said,
just say no.
Thanks, Nancy. I agree. Just say no to drinking and droning. I dare you. I won't do drugs. I won't have an attitude. Wait a second, I don't agree with that. I will always have an attitude. If you're flying a drone that weighs over 7 ounces or 200 grams, you could be fined up to $2,750, or if you're Canadian, that's $3,682.37 in your funny play money.
F you, buddy!
We believe operating drones after consuming alcohol is as serious as drink driving, a Japanese transport ministry official said. And of course he did. I personally don't like drinking, but someone needs to tell my DJI drones to stop getting drunk because they sometimes have a mind of their own and just fly erratically all over the place. And finally, Nikon confirms a D5-like top-tier mirrorless camera is coming. No shit. Nikon president Toshikazu Umadi confirmed the company's plans to launch a higher-end camera in an interview with a Japanese manufacturing newspaper. He went into extreme detail about the camera, including the following information.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir.
Yeah, actually, he didn't say shit. As a Nikon shooter myself, who's been using the Z7 in place of the D5 as of late, I cannot wait for a top-tier camera with a larger, better-feeling body, 2 card slots, 14 frames per second, bigger battery, better autofocus, amazing EVF, and a freaking vertical grip. Now, Steven, I still don't get who the hell came up with the idea for no vertical grip for the Z system. They should be fired.
You are terminated.
Actually, they have already been fired. I've checked. Now, the title of the article says D5 equivalent. Let's hope Nikon doesn't just take the innards of the D5, slap it in a mirrorless body, and call it a new camera. I'd like to think that the D5 equivalent simply means pro body, pro quality. The big question is, will it have this Sony A9 sensor since Sony manufactures Nikon sensors, or will it have something else?
No.
Let's hope we get some more information sooner rather than later. There you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. To check out the last fix, go ahead and click on the screen right here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And that's where I'll leave it. Jared, Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.